Just when you think Activision can't find a way to possibly get any scummier, they go and pull quite possibly one of their most scummy moves to date. And that's saying something. So if this video comes across as like a little bit scripted, it's not. This is not a scripted video from me. It's just this is my second time recording this because the first time was just yelling and it sounded very autistic, so I decided to redo it. However, make no mistake about this, I'm fucking pissed, and a lot of people are, and rightfully so. We are going to be talking about the Call of Duty mod HM2 multiplayer mod. So for those of you who are not aware of what this mod was, essentially what it was a mod for Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remaster, a game that came out in 2016, by the way. It was a conversion mod for that game that was going to basically turn it into as close as we could get to OG Modern Warfare 2 from 2009 in a playable state. It was going to have every weapon from Modern Warfare 2, every Modern Warfare 2 map, every COD 4 map as well, I believe. It was going to have some single player, some campaign areas that were going to be created in multiplayer maps, including the No Russian level, the Assault on the Gulag, where you free Captain Price, and the White House invasion. That would have been really cool, that one. It was also going to have its own leveling system as well, so there wasn't just an option to go click, unlock all. We were going to have to grind to unlock everything. A shit ton of camos to grind for. Each weapon was going to have unique inspect animations. We were going to be eating good, man. It was looking good. And the mod was for free. In order to play this mod, you had to have purchased and installed on Steam Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remaster. This is important context. Keep in mind, this game did come out in 2016. I'm going to repeat that part here. And it was looking fantastic. The hype was really building up to this one. It'd been known for a while. It was in development. But I want to say about last week was when the hype really started because it was getting close. We had a release date. There was certain Call of Duty professional players that had access to try it out. And everyone was loving it. And then that brings us to what happened this morning. Well, morning for me, that is. We have a tweet here from H2 Multiplayer. Today, our team members received a cease and desist order on behalf of Activision Publishing in relation to the HM2 mod project. We are complying with this order and shutting down all operations immediately and permanently. So yeah, Activision lawyered up and shut down a fan mod that was generating them money. How was this generating them money? Well, let me explain. Remember how I said you had to have owned Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remaster? A game that came out in 2016, and I will repeat that part because Activision does not give a flying fuck about a game that came out 12 months ago, let alone one that came out like, 8 fucking years ago. They don't give a shit. This game was dead. It was a dead game. It had a very small player base. Up until last week, it had like 70 people playing it on Steam or some shit. With the announcement of this mod, it got into like 2,000-3,000 people playing it, just getting ready in order to access the mod. They figured, fuck it, I gotta go buy this game to play the mod. I'll throw a few games here and there. And on top of that, this game was also on Steam discount. So the stars lined up perfectly. And then in a move that I'm sure is absolutely a coincidence from Activision, once the Steam sale ends and there's less than 24 hours until the release of this mod, that's when it gets shut down. Fuck off, man. This is the scummiest possible way they could have shut down this mod. If you recall back to last year with a mod that was called SM2, which was also looking to be a fantastic fan-made mod for Call of Duty. Kind of funny how the best thing going for Call of Duty these days is mods. Makes you wonder the state of their new games and why they're so worried about these mods getting shut down when we have a noob game that's supposed to be coming out very soon as well. Can't help but wonder about that one, can we? But anyway, back with SM2, when that was shut down, it was shut down well in advance. Now, I'm not defending that decision at all. Activision can suck on my nutsack for that move too. But the difference is with HM2, they shut it down less than 24 hours before the mod was going to launch after collecting all the money from the Steam sale, which of course brought in new people that were excited to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the 2009 version, the one that was going to be updated with everything that I had previously explained. Now, I thought it could be fun to take a look at some of the responses that are going around with this. The first one I want to show is Robert Bowling, also known as 402. You've probably heard about him recently because he is involved with, I believe the game's called Dead Drop. You know, the game from Midnight Society that has the whole Dr. Disrespect connection and that whole situation. Anyway, back in the day, he was actually Infinity Ward's community manager during the Modern Warfare 2 days. And he puts out a tweet. A lot of the original Infinity Ward team consisted of devs who used to be modders. The original Call of Duty PC games released mod tools and server files to empower community creations and expand on the original vision. Build system to help your UGC community, not strangle it. Pretty spot on there from 402. The next thing I want to show is from a clip from Hex, who goes off on Activision, and this was during one of Scump's streams, so just check this short clip out.
It's like they can't get out of their own way to allow for a community to be passionate about a game that they all fell in love for. Now, I would understand if these mod people were charging people to get in there. I understand if these mod people were charging for skins that they make, that they collect money on. I understand all that, but if it's just a simple mod that increases the quality of the movement and of the visuals of said game, which no one is currently playing because it's so old, then why interfere at that level? Don't you got bigger things to fucking worry about?
And then that brings us to this tweet here from Watchful Wolf. Now, Watchful Wolf is the founder of this mod that has been shut down, and he puts out an absolute banger of a tweet that just says, "Fine, we'll make our own unique game." I can't wait to see what they start working on, because just from the way they've been treated by Activision, they have already gained a shit ton of support, and rightfully so. Here we are over on Steam charts with Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered that as of 43 minutes ago has 158 players. This time, 24 hours ago, as of this recording, it was probably closer to like 800, something like that. It's completely fallen off. People are demanding refunds because, rightfully fucking so, we all bought this thinking we were going to get a mod. I gotta bring it up again. This game originally came out in 2016. They have long stopped caring about it. In fact, on a whole little side rant now, do you have any idea how difficult it is to safely play the older Call of Duty titles, even on console, but especially on PC? They run rampant with hackers. Not just the type of hackers that will ruin the gaming experience for you. No, I'm talking about the type of hackers that get access to your PC and do all types of horrible things that get access to all types of information. That's how unsafe these games are. So, God forbid that a mod will come around that's going to tighten some of that shit up and put out original Modern Warfare 2 just updated to, modern standards with a fresh coat of paint. God forbid someone tries to do that. Instead, we have to crack down on that one and allow rampant cheaters and hackers to run wild on the older games. That's totally cool. Activision logic. And of course, with this news coming out, you know damn well what happened over on the Steam page. And let me just say, every single one of these negative reviews that have happened are rightfully deserved in every single capacity. Look, overwhelmingly negative. Now, one thing I want to show is this graph. Oh, you thought the Helldivers 2 graph looked bad. Have a look at this butt blasting that Activision rightfully deserves. Look, we all know that Activision is scared of these mods that just threaten and are capable of providing what the community wants, as opposed to their new releases, which have just been disappointment after disappointment. I will admit, I actually did quite enjoy Cold War. I thought Cold War was decent, but compared to what they were offering with SM2 and the HM2 mod that just got cancelled, it would have been blown out of the water. Black Ops 6 is set to come out later this year. In fact, next week, they're going to be showing more of it at Gamescom. Activision is going into Gamescom with this bad will over their heads at the moment. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, I can't deny that I think the initial marketing for the game was very captivating, and they, at least in my opinion, and from a campaign perspective, are in a position to do some incredible things which could tie into Black Ops 2, but the more I see of it, the more I am convinced they're not gonna do any of those things. Anyway, enough about Call of Duty lore. I also think the Omni movement that they're doing just sounds shit, and we all know it's gonna be skill-based matchmaking to the absolute fucking shitter, so even if you did get it and you did play a game online, and we all know how it works. Play one round really well, oh well, time to spend the next 3 rounds being punished for fucking playing well. What a disastrous system skill-based matchmaking is. The only part of Black Ops 6 that I think is looking good is the zombies mode. But with that said, I don't think that justifies buying this game. I'm not going to tell you how you can spend your own money. If you want to go buy it, buy it. I will not be purchasing Black Ops 6. I intend to try the beta, the open beta. Why not? That's an easy stream for me to do. So from a YouTuber perspective, I feel like that's just an easy win for me. But in terms of purchasing the full game, no, absolutely not. Will I try the zombies mode though? Well, it's going to be on Game Pass. I bought Game Pass for 12 months. I got like a really good deal. I can't remember what it was through. It was through some plan with something else, and it was like $4 a month or some shit on Game Pass. So I took the deal, but that does expire in, I think it's the end of October or November or something like that. So I'll get a month of zombies and go from there, I guess, but that's probably gonna be it. The final part of this that I want to talk about is a video here from Cliffgoat. Now, if you watch the GOD, the Gronking on Dogs podcast, the gaming podcast that I do over on that separate channel, you no doubtably saw us watch this video because this video has been making the rounds in regards to this whole situation. And guys, whatever you do, don't be this dude. Just don't be this dude. Don't spend 4 minutes just defending Activision like there's no tomorrow, being a total bootlicking billion-dollar corporation simp in a very vain effort to get an invite to the next COD Next. They ain't gonna see this video and they don't really give a fuck about you. Don't be this guy. It's awful, just absolutely awful. But if you do want to see the reaction to this, in the description down below is a link to the GOD channel, so go check that out. But what an absolute disastrous situation we have found ourselves in. And to all the talented modders out there, I regretfully have to say there's no point developing Call of Duty mods. Yes, you guys are capable of making some truly incredible things. However, I think your efforts and talent are best put into other projects. Maybe you could be like the Watchful Wolf and work on your own passion projects or your own indie development projects or something like that. Because, well, at least those ones won't get shut down by the scum fucks over at Activision.